LGBTQI plus community, focusing on LGBTQ individuals, but not just focusing on LGBT, but also the allies communities, which helps inclusivity as a whole. So, who it serves? It serves LGBTQ community along with all the community members who supports the inclusivity. What we deliver. There are two phases of this program which we will be covering in recent. So we will be covering data personality development program, and once personality development program is done, we will be switching to Salesforce product training. We will be also having technical skill hands-on sessions, which will be focusing on Salesforce Marketing Cloud, Data Cloud, and will be ending it Slack fundamentals. So this is not just an initiative which will just have PPT and slides, but we will also have hands-on scenario sessions. We will be driving you through some hands-on real-time experiences, real-time use cases, which will be shown you runtime. And of course, what's the outcome? The outcome will be industry-driven relevant skills. Before getting into the technical hands-on on the Salesforce product, it's where you should have an skill which has soft skills, and also a very important skill set of time management wherein you can handle your business perspectives. So program agenda, we have two phases. First phase is a Trailblazer professional development program, which will focus on soft skill and time management. And also this session will fosters the business mindset, helping all the Trailblazers across the globe to kickstart with the technical skill set, because in the era of Gen AI, it's very important that we go back to basic, wherein communication is the key. Phase two is Salesforce product training program. So as I mentioned in the previous slide, so once we are done with professional personality development program (PDP) program, we will move to structured Salesforce product training, which will include Slack, Salesforce Marketing Cloud, and Data Cloud. Now, how the program timelines look like. So for phase one, we will be starting on from February 28th. It will be on every Saturday and it will go for 8 weeks. And for phase two, which is Sales First Product Training Program, it will be again on every Saturday once PDP program is completed. So, what is the perk of joining Prideforce initiative? Definitely, this is an good chance for everyone to connect, grow, and seen in the purpose-driven community, which focuses on uh, LGBTQI plus inclusivity program. Also, this will give you an business-ready communication and time management skill, which can be used in day-to-day life, but not limited to technical skills, right? And also walk away with a power-packed Salesforce product training program. And last but not, everyone get a chance to win Salesforce certification vouchers. So I'm hoping everyone to please join the program and make the initiative. I'm sharing the QR codes for those who haven't enrolled yet. So I will be keeping it for 1 minute and 30 seconds or so. So folks can, scan and log their enrollment. Yes, I will hand it over to Gilda to kickstart the session.
Hello, everyone. How are you? Um, can I just also add a couple of my thoughts as well?
Definitely, Gilda. All yours.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Um, you're welcome. First of all, I want to applaud the group for starting this initiative. I think this is very important for our community. But I also want to stress the importance of um, privacy for the group, correct? Whereas there are things that might be shared, there are conversations that might happen. And for a lot of times, we tend to like run and post stuff out in the ecosystem. But one thing I will ask is if the overall group is saying, some of the stuff we may talk about or some of the topics, we need to keep it within what is being shared during that hour, during that time. Then what I'm going to ask is for anybody that's attending, continue supporting the group, but also maintain the level of privacy and comfortability for everybody. Is that fair to say, Roshan?
Absolutely, Gilda. Thank you so much for bringing this point all the way. Thank you so much.
Yeah, because this is extremely exciting, and I'm so glad that and honored that you all and asked me to be a part of this. I'm really excited, and I want to see this community to continue to grow and continue to make an impact. So hats off to all of you for starting this initiative, and I just hope that the rest of the folks who've joined will also continue to support and sponsor. So with that, let me share my screen. Everyone see my screen?
Yeah, it's visible, Gilda.
Perfect. Um, so today I want to talk about the product of you, and what I'm going to ask is, let's not take screenshots. I really want this to be a conversation, and I really want everybody to kind of zone into their character, personality, their traits for a second. What we're going to go talk about today is the product of you. Are you standing out, being up, and how are you shaping the future? So, my name is Gilda Hilaire, and I'm the Senior Director of Marketing Evangelism at Salesforce. For those of you who know me, I don't really like titles. I'm just Gilda, right? I think sometimes people think the title defines, and I am one of those believers. Titles do not define me. I had to learn that the hard way. That's why I continue to say I'm just Gilda. Um, so, welcome everyone to the first session. Thank you for having me. Thank you for giving the leaders your undivided attention. So for a lot of us, we will say, "I know myself," right? And I'm pretty sure when we introduce ourselves, whether it's to your friends or whether it's to community or even at an event or even when interview, I know myself. I can describe myself perfectly fine. But do you, right? Do you truly know who you are and what defines you and what your personal brand name is all about? Because knowing yourself and being known are two different things, right? How well do you know yourself? I want you to really ask yourself this question, right? How well do you know yourself? How well do you know your personal branding? How well do others know you? I'm gonna pick on JB for a second. I've known JB for a couple of years, right? How well does JB know me and know my personal brand and know what I stand for, what I'm passionate about? How much do you share about yourself with others, right? There is a model, it's called the Johari window model, and it's a tool used for developing self-awareness. It uses charts with four quadrants, like a window pane, where you can organize your different traits. It helps you improve your understanding of yourself, and it clarifies what others think of you. This also helps with building trust between people, and it requires you to disclose information about yourself that others don't know. And you also learn more about yourself, and you're able to confront personal issues when you receive honest feedback from others. Connection, communication, and feedback. When we think about what that open area is, it represents part of your personality that you're aware of, you're open to share, your strengths and social skills. I'm sure, and I don't know if you guys can use the chat way. Everybody here will say, I'm an admin, I'm a developer, I'm an architect, I'm a marketer, and all of you, I'm sure, can say, this is how many certifications I have, this is where I work, right? And all of you can throw in strong words. I've implemented, I've migrated, I've built, I've launched, all strong words that align with between your self-perception and how others perceive you, right? This is where you're building the trust because everybody knows this. This is open. But if we dig deep into this, everybody has things they keep to themselves. This is the quadrant that represents those things you're aware of, but you don't want to share or express with people around you. For example, if you see as a listener, but your colleagues don't recognize this, you might want to create more opportunities for others to share their thoughts in meetings. For a lot of us, we're artists. People don't know that because we don't share that we're an artist. Or we don't share that we're passionate about cooking. For some reason, we think if we share, disclose these hidden areas, people will think differently. Why? Why do we hide certain things about our personal branding? Why are we afraid? Blind spots. This the aspect of your personality that you share without consciously realizing that, right? They reveal positive or maybe negative aspects about yourself that you frankly haven't shared or you continue disregarding it. There was a point for me, I had a bad blind spot where I never shared with anybody, not even my family. I never shared my feelings, I never shared what I like. I'll never forget the time my younger brother said, Gilda, we don't know anything about you. I don't know what you like, I don't know what you don't like. It was a blind spot for them. For example, if your colleagues describe you as idealistic, you might want to prove more data and evidence to support your decisions and suggestions, right? These blind spots that you wish to, that you currently lack, it might be a motivation to start developing those skills. And then there's these unknown dark spots that represents parts of your personality that you're aware of and openly share your strengths and your social skills. These contains adjectives that weren't selected at all, right, by any of your friends, right? If there are qualities here that you aspire and you want people to know about you, that you're an active listener, that you have really good time management, and that you're creative, they're unknown dark spots. And they're things that maybe it's good for others to know because it shows your strengths and your social skills. So, this is the model, right? And when you look at this, right, this is where it'll help you start identifying your strengths and weaknesses for both individuals and teams. And it really helps with people with getting to know who you are, your personal brand, and what you need to build on and what you need to work on. And then this is also another way of looking at it to really better understand what are the areas you need to ask more people about. For example, I can go to JB and say, okay, JB, what are my blind spots? What are things that you don't know about me? Right? And then I could go back and think about all the things I have shared with JB and all the things that she knows. But then when I put both of those, the unknown and the known together, I could then see, okay, what are the dark blind spots that she doesn't know that I haven't shared? And maybe that will help improve in any areas where we need to continue to build on. This is also really good when you think about work, the open and free areas that everybody knows I'm an architect, I'm a developer. But is that what you truly want to continue doing? And what you truly want to continue to build on, right? This really helps with communication, not only with your colleagues, with the manager, and with leadership. I was awful at documentation, and my amazing manager, Matt Line, told me that. That was a blind area. I love documentation. I didn't have time. I didn't have time. Once he told me that, he gave me that feedback. I took that feedback, and now that's an open area where I'm better at documentation and I showcase all the amazing work I'm doing. Here's an example of some characters. And if any of you know, he's a actor, played in a lot of those Bond movies. Right? An open area. He's innovative. He's observant, charming, skilled, but a blind spot. He's bold. He's impulsive, arrogant, self-centered. Hidden areas. He's loyal, confident, clever. Unknown. He's vulnerable and he's emotional. Luke Skywalker, for anybody Star Wars, right? He's kind, courageous, compassionate, naive, and very impulsive. But then he's reckless and arrogant. He needs to be in control, and it's a blind spot that he knows of. And the hidden areas, he's determined, resourceful, powerful, afraid of the dark side. I'm sure when you guys look at either one of these as an example, and as you sit there and you're thinking about who you are, what is your personal branding, what are some of the open areas and what are some of the blind spots, and then unknown areas, you might say, okay, maybe I don't know myself, or maybe the perception of me that I want people to know, because of all these blind spots and hidden areas and unknown areas, they're not going to know any of this about me. They're not going to know I'm confident or adventurous. They're not going to know I'm vulnerable, emotional side. I don't show it. So this is where it goes from self-discovery to action, where you start becoming more familiar with your personal characteristics. You start defining your goal. You start collecting feedback and you start using common sense. And you remember, change happens, and that change comes from collecting feedback, defining your goal, and building on your personal characteristics. Continue to build on your personal characteristics. Who I am today is not who I was 5 years ago. It's not who I was 10 years ago, because I continue defining who I am. I continue collecting feedback and I continue using the common sense. And this is an exercise, and I'm happy to share this along. And this is an exercise all of you can do, is right, is figure out what is known, what are some of the blind spots, hidden spots. Write them down yourself. And then what you can do is challenge somebody else to write down what they know of you and see if it matches up. Right? Check with colleagues, friends, family. See if they agree with what you've written. See what's accurate, see what's inaccurate. And there's always a list of personal characteristics, adjectives that you can use. Choose words that you believe best describe you, and ask a friend to do the same. Make sure you're not discussing any of it, right? And make sure you're honest. A lot of times, our own worst critic, but sometimes when it comes to defining our blind spots, we try to, you know, tiptoe around the truth. But in this exercise, try not to. And then ask one more colleague to select the adjectives that they think suit you. So you're getting feedback from family, friends, and then also colleagues. And then it's time to grab pen and paper, self awareness, who you are versus how you seem. Then you'll come to see maybe I don't know who I am. Maybe people don't know who people don't know who you really are. And maybe your behaviors don't truly match how you want others to perceive you. And because self-discovery is ongoing, you can complete this exercise over and over and over. And one of the things with starting a new year, everybody says new year, new me, new page. So why don't you take this time to truly learn more about who you are and how others perceive you. And then you can then say, I, I know myself. I know who I am. Uh, Others see me the way I want them to see me. And that you truly start discovering what are your blind spots and you truly start building your personal brand and how you want others to perceive you. And with that, thank you so very much. I hope this was helpful for all of you, and I hope all of you carve some time out to complete this exercise. I will pass it on back to the team.
Yeah, thank you so much, Kilda. Over to you, Shivam.
Yeah, thank you so much, Gilda, for sharing your valuable thoughts toward this initiative. It means a lot for everyone. Thank you so much. I'm handing over to JB.
Hi, everyone. And first of all, congratulations that you made the decision to join these sessions. And then I would thank Roshan, Shivam, and Gilda for spending a lot of time to add value to the community, to add some, to give back to the community in whatever way that they are helping out. So whenever somebody, a leader or a speaker or doing some activity, it takes a lot of time on their behalf. So they might have spent a lot of time to pull this together, to bring everyone together, and also to make sure that the things are running fine. Given that, I just want to request all of you, you are lucky that you are part of this series, of this program. I would recommend you become the sponges who absorb all the information that is being shared in these sessions. This is just the beginning of the series of the program. So whatever that is being delivered, if it is adding value to you, make a note of it, and then after the session, make sure that you practice that. And Gilda has shared a lot of insights that even I wanted to go back, some things which I haven't been doing. I wanted to go back and then reflect. And then the slide that you shared from discovery to action is something which is helpful for each of us, wherein we go back and reflect what are our strengths, weakness, and where we can improve, how we can make better use of the benefits that we have. So let's make a practice to just spend some time, any session that you are attending, be the sponges to absorb all that is being shared. And also after the session, at least take 10 minutes to reflect on what you have learned in the session and how you can apply to your day-to-day routine, or how you can learn something on top of it, how can continue to improve and become a better version of yourself. And I thank Roshan and Shivam and the core team as well for taking this initiative and also putting in their efforts. And I am going to jump on today's topic about the time management. So I will share my screen. Let me figure out how to share the screen, because I'm new to Berry.
So you need to raise hand, JB. So that's when presenter request will go to Shivam and then he will approve it.
JB
I
is
do
already a
have
presenter.
the access. I do have the access. Yeah, I'm just figuring out how to share the correct screen. I think I'm on the correct screen. Can somebody confirm if it comes
Yes.
in the slideshow?
Yeah, it
Okay,
is.
that's good. That's good. Um, I don't want to spend time introducing myself. As you all know, I am Jyotsna Bitra and I'm all India. So as many leaders are putting together all the best things for you all, so I'm also doing my part to give my best version, to give all that I know, to share to the community and help grow. So we all know that time doesn't wait. So some things we cannot control, and lost time is lost forever. But only thing that is in our control is how we use our time. So we have control in our hands. We can have better planning, better focus. And then even though we have 24 hours of time, with better planning, organizing, and focus, we can manage. If you see all the big people at the high levels, each one has the same 24 hours, but they are able to make best use of their times. They are able to do all the things, and they're able to balance everything. So it's all about focus, getting rid of the distractions. And I like this saying. This is from a novel by Mark Levy. It says about the importance of the time. So we very well know the importance of money. If somebody gives money, we protect it very safely. We don't want to lose it. Let's say if somebody gives some, we want to spend it in a way that it helps us the next day. So we don't want to lose it or spend it on some one-time thing, but we want to use it wisely. The same way, let's say we get some number of minutes, 86,400 of 400 seconds every day. So if we use it wisely, it's going to help in the other way the next day. If we spend an hour learning something, the next day it's going to help us. Or if we lose it, if we just waste it, then it's not, it's the lost time. So it's of no use and it's lost forever. So let's sync that analogy. And then when we compare it with money, since we all know the value of money, then we can understand the value of time as well. So how important the time is. So whenever we are wasting some time on something, if we think back that this is the time that we are losing and we can never get back, and also we think, can we use it in a better way? There are two options. If we want to waste it on doing some scrolling on the mobile on some unuseful things, or if we are spending the time wisely on learning something new, so how it is going to help? That analysis, that thought process will help us in making best use of the time. There are a couple of techniques that I follow because I do have very strict time constraints, because I manage the full-time job, the household, the kids, the in-laws, and many things. Each one of us has our own responsibilities. Besides work, there is so much happening in the personal lives, and also there should be some time for the rest as well. So making sure that we are focusing on only the things that are important to us helps us make sure that we are not wasting time on unimportant things. So in order to identify which one is not important, or which ones that we should focus on at this point, or we should delete, to identify that, this 4D productivity matrix. So it's all these: do, decide, delegate, or delete. So this is very helpful if we plan the day ahead, thinking what are the tasks that we have in hand, and then what are important, what are not important, what we only need. Or if some do, if let's say we need to take care of dropping the kids at the school, so if that's something that we don't need to do, we can delegate it to somebody, then that is much better to do, and then we can save some time on that. So identify the tasks. So this pretty much helps in identifying which is important, which is urgent, not important. And as we arrange all the tasks in this matrix, it will give an analysis of what needs to be focused, and whatever urgent and as well as important, then we need to focus on it and we have to do it. If it is important but not urgent, then because it is not urgent, we can schedule it at a later time. So we can do it at a time that is not urgent at this point of time. And then it is not important but urgent, then we can find somebody who can do the work much better. Then it is suggestible to delegate that. And if it is not important, not urgent, then it's better we delete it. So let's say we want to go to a movie, or sometimes going to the movie, relaxation is also important. But if at times that we need to decide between what needs to be done and what needs to be not focused on, so we can follow this matrix and then decide what area, what tasks to focus on specifically. And among all these things, I see the power in wherein if we don't need to do it by ourselves, then by all means delegate it to somebody who can much better than us. So by delegation, we can make sure that the task also gets done, and also make sure that we have enough time to focus on the important things. And this is very, very important technique which I follow, which helped me a lot. So some of you might already know this. So we keep doing the tasks, and then or the brain clog comes in. When we focus on any task for a longer time, the brain needs some break as well, and then it loses focus. So in order to maintain that focus, and also in order to make sure that we are having the focus on the work, so we decide, this is a 5-step process wherein we identify what task that we need to do. And then we set the timer for 25 minutes. And we deeply focus on that work for 25 minutes. And then when it is done, we can take a break of 5 minutes. And after 5 minutes, just make sure that the timer is on. And after 5 minutes, you take enough break and then get back to the work, and then continue the cycle of 25 minutes. So you can continue this, and you know better about how your brain works, how longer your brain can focus. And it need not be 25 minutes. It can be 1 hour if you are focused and you don't want even the 5 minutes break in between, and you know that you can focus for 1 hour for sure. You can set the timer for 1 minute, 1 hour, and then take a break of 10 minutes or 15 minutes at a time. And then get back to the work, and then do the deep focus work, and then continue the cycle as long as you can do. So I follow this very much. Earlier, initially, I used to have some online tools, which is POMO, which I used to use. And there are some online tools where we can set the timer of 20 minutes or 25 minutes or 30 minutes or whatever that we want. And then we can continue this cycle. There are other tools as well, which you can search and then try it out, and then whatever you feel that works best for you, you can stick to that. I ended up using the inbuilt Windows Focus app. So I just set the timer, and then it rings. I take a break and then get back. So it also helps me focus. So I keep watching the time in between and make sure that I am able to do that task in a specific time. So whenever we have a deadline or a timeline for a specific thing, we make sure that we are staying focused, and we we try to finish the task within that deadline. Let's say there is a task and I set the time for it. This task might take me 1 hour to finish it. So I break it into two sets of time, and then make sure to finish within the 25 minutes or 30 minutes timeline. That helps me stay focused and also avoid any distraction. This is very useful technique. And if you want something physical, there is also a Pomodoro Apple kind of thing that is available on the Amazon as well. You can purchase that and then have it on the desk. So that's a physical thing. If you are more used to the apps in the system, you can check the tools that are available on the system as well. And there are a couple of techniques which I found helpful to keep us focused, and also to make sure that we are focusing on the important items. Whenever I start a day, I used to make a note of 135 is the technique that I used to follow, wherein I make a note of all the tasks, and among them identify one task which is of high priority, which I have to do. That is of high priority, which I order it as the first one, and then identify 3 next tasks which are important, and the next 5 tasks which are okay to do. If I have more time in the day, I can focus on them. So I identify 1, 3, and 5 tasks and start with the first one. So when I start with the first one, I also follow the eat the frog. Eat the frog, you might have heard it before, wherein we focus on the hardest time-taking tasks in the first part in the day. So that way we have, when we have more energy, we have more focus, and we can complete the task in a lesser time. That's where we focus, and then we get it done. And the rest of the tasks which are easy, which doesn't need much focus, that will be simply get done during the remaining hours. Time boxing is another thing where I believe that whatever that is scheduled, that will get done. Block the calendar saying this is the time that I'm going to practice. I'm going to spend some time on the I'm going to watch this session and learn some new feature. So that's where we can block the time on the calendar saying this 1 hour I'm going to spend on this, and without any distractions. That's where we can schedule on the calendar and focus on that specific item. And also deep work is helpful when we know a specific time in the day where you do not have any distractions in the office or at home, where you wouldn't have any other distractions. That's where you identify your most best time that works for you, and then stay focused during that work. And with the AI, there are many tools that are available. So some of the tools, and before the tools, as we spoke about the Pomodoro technique or the time boxing, in order to have a better planning, we can take the help of the prompts. We some prompts that are customized to your tasks and to your timings, and then what times work for you, or what type of task that you have. You can use the prompts and then choose the technique that you want to follow, whether it's a time boxing or the Pomodoro technique, and you can ask the AI tool to split that into if it is a bigger task, split that into, and then arrange them as per the order wherein you can identify your deep work areas and then schedule that specific task during that time. So you can use those prompts, and also there are many other tools. You might have heard about the Otter AI, or or in the Zoom per se, which we have been using very extensively these days, wherein when the meeting is done, the Zoom AI creates the meeting summary, and also it consolidates all the action. So that will get assigned to the team, and then that can be scheduled on the calendars as well. So there are some AI tools that are available, so using which we can take the notes and assign and then time block and focus better. And I strongly believe that if there's a will, there's a way. So if we really want to do something, we definitely for that. So that's for sure. It's only the will that stops us, that makes us gets us closer to the goal, or that's if we do not have the will, we don't even focus on that. We don't even think of that. So if you really wanted to do something, you will think about how I can do that instead of if I can do that or not. So I want to share an example of my experience, wherein I was having very less time with the kids. So I hardly have time for myself, wherein time only after 1 a.m. in the night. So after that, I used to wake up, stay awake, and then study until 4 a.m. to prepare for the certification. It's only the will, I would say. I would attribute everything to the passion that I wanted to complete the certification. So I was waking up until 4 a.m. and then able to finish it. The same way, when we have a clear goal in mind, when we want to achieve something for sure, we will definitely find time. We will definitely find time, and also we'll make ways to get rid of the distractions and to make sure that we stay focused. So as you are continuing this series, I also encourage all of you to stay focused, to make best use of the time. And every day you self-reflect and see becoming a better version of yourself. With that, I'll pass it over to you, Roshan and Shivam.
Thank you so much, JB. Thank you so much, Gilda and JB, for giving back to community and sharing your time, experience, and valuable insights on the occasion of personal branding and time management in the era of AI. Seriously, your meaningful differences means a lot for everyone to inspire and giving back to community as well. Thank you so much once again. Me, Roshan, do you have to add some words?
Yeah, just I will extend my thank you again to Gilda and JB. I think so. The session was really amazing. I think so. This is one of very rarest session wherein we hardly find across. It's all about either technical or business perspective, but we hardly find any session which speaks about how we can improve ourselves, whether it's personal branding or time management. I think so. This is absolutely needed. So again, thank you so much, JB, again, because I know you are traveling and you find a time to deliver this. Again, extending my thank you to both Gilda and JB here.
Thank you, Roshan. You also. At last, I want to add few words about the Slack training. Under Slack training, we will be providing the complete Slack administration, developer, and the consultant certification series. So please be connected over the LinkedIn and post to get the more information about the Prideforce initiative. We will be providing the free vouchers also under the Slack training for the winners. Apart from this, anything like any more questions do you have, guys? So I will jump over to quiz part. Let me share my screen. Let me Roshan once my screen is visible to you, everyone.
Yeah, it is visible.
I will request everyone to join the quiz part. Slido.com. You can are also and by putting the ID as well. We'll wait for everyone to join this quiz part.
Presenters are also allowed to do that.
You can.
Just kidding. Yeah. Encourage everyone to please join and,
In
get to
meanwhile, I will
know.
thank you everyone to all the speakers attendees for attending today's session. Today's session was really a very insightful and inspiring session as we are very incredible speakers, Gilda and JB with us. Okay, 12 members have joined. Let me know if somebody is facing an issue.
More, I think we have 20 if we exclude presenters.
Yeah, so shall I start?
Let's
Okay,
give,
people are joining. Let's wait
yeah,
1 2 minutes
let's
more.
do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Roshan, shall I start?
Yeah, we are good to start.
Okay. So I'm starting the quiz part. Please see. What does personal branding primarily help you achieve in the AI era? We will be having 20 seconds to complete this question. Okay, that's good. Okay. What is the biggest benefit of effective time management? That's good, 100%. Which activity strengthens your personal brand the most? Again, that's good. How can Slack help in building your personal brand with a community or organization? Okay. Which Slack feature improves time management the most? Okay, that's good. Okay, we are having four winners: Leha, Shefali, Shivam, and Shubham. Thanks to everyone for winning this quiz. Let me take a screenshot. Meanwhile, please, all the four winners, kindly drop your email ID and LinkedIn ID over the chat so that we can contact you further.
Shivam, Neha, I see.
We're having Leha, Shefali, Shivam, and Shubham. Alright, Kanjati, thank you so much for attending the quiz part.
Amazing.
Roshan, have you received all the email ID
Yeah,
and
I have make a note of email IDs.
okay, that's good. So once again, thank you so much, Joshna, Bitramam, and JB, and Roshan and Gilda for giving all the insights and experience. It means a lot for everyone. And today's session was a really inspiring session for everyone. I me, Roshan, can you add few words for more
Yeah,
JB and Gilda?
yeah. Thank you, JB and Gilda, for being explicit part of this initiative, and not for this initiative, but whatever initiative we plan, you're always there. Means a lot. With this, looking forward for the sessions which we are planning to. And thank you, Shivam, for also, giving us the platform here in terms of Salesforce Jabalpur Chapter. So
Always,
thank you,
Roshan.
all the attendees. See you soon. Take care.
Sure, sure. Thank you, JB, for supporting this initiative. It means a
Definitely.
lot.
Yeah, definitely. And thank you both for pulling this together. And it's no easy task. So it means a lot to the community, and I hope it benefits all of the team that is participating. Thank
Definitely,
you.
definitely.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much, every attendees. Thank you so much. We are now closing our session. Thank you so much.